Yeah?
I love the piano music in this game. It's very calming.
It's very, very like DDLC, or very close to it.
Oh no, I just really like piano music.
Yeah.
I like the...
You should play Piano Tiles. Hey, Kaylin, it's been a while.
Hey, Kaylin.
We need to play PUBG again.
Yeah, look, you figure that out later.
I know, time and place for everything. Regardless, we sound fine. Hello, people. This is 2 Bros Game Night. I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I am your the host, Older Bro.
And we're back with some Katawa Shoujo.
Yes, we are.
We need to load and see
you do.
how distant Ren and Hisao can become.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if just to let everybody know, in case you haven't heard yet, E3 this year has been canceled.
Oh, yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, E3 is like, basically, I think it's, Nintendo has been out for several years. PlayStation and Xbox pulled out this year. Ubisoft also pulled out this year, and I think a couple other publishers pulled out this year. And so E3 is actually just straight canceled.
Yeah, do you think it's going to die out outright?
Here's the problem. E3 is run by the ESA, which is the, like, lobbying arm of the games industry. So,
yo,
like,
Shadow Dash!
Hey, Shadow Dash, how you doing? So, yeah,
Continue.
so, like, ESA, so, like, you know the ESRB who rates every game?
Yeah.
They are owned by the ESA, because ESA is, like, the lobbying group for every publisher. So,
yeah.
like, it's run by them. So, they don't want to shut it down, because it's some of the only good PR they get.
But, yeah, guys, just know I am in a rough situation right now that I don't want to talk about on camera. But
yeah.
It's nothing bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll just make that clear. So, let's just say I have to make some life decisions.
Yeah, but,
right.
Yeah.
Playing GTA with my crewmates, nice. We need to play GTA at some point.
I think my headphones become... Oh, there it is. Good? It's good now.
Alright. Anyway, let's read the story that we're here to read.
Yeah.
How would I know? Everyone's weird in some way, but if that's yours, it's a very nice way. At least I can understand what you're talking about, unlike Ren. Down to join you guys on PS5. Well, Older Bro doesn't play GTA, and...
Well, I think you guys was mostly you.
Oh. That's... Well, he could be talking about both of us. I don't know. You guys can mean two different things. He either means the Shadow Bros and me, or you and me.
Either way, his response is valid, and you should answer for yourself as normal.
Anyway, most of the time, I have no idea what's going on inside her head either. Anyways, I've not set up my GTA Online account yet. I plan to hopefully soon, because I'm planning to do stuff with Younger Bro channel yet. I'm not going to say what it is, but it might involve some extra, like, multiplayer series. Maybe. I don't know. Haven't decided. Emmy giggles, nodding in agreement.
I think it's okay, even if you don't understand her. That's how she usually is.
Emmy stands up, straighter, brushing the hem off her skirt and straightening the waistline. She laughs awkwardly.
Wow, we ended up talking pretty seriously. What's up with you, Hisao? Why'd you bring this up?
Because it's about Red? Question mark. Oh, sorry, I didn't really mean to get into this sort of discussion either. I just don't know. I've had this weird feeling lately about Ren. I think that feeling is, do I like her?
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when you turn me on.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel a bit guilty bringing up something like this for no reason except my own anxiety.
Wait, you have anxiety too? It'll be fine, don't worry about it.
Suddenly, Emmy clutches my wrist and twists it so she can see what time it is from my watch.
Oh damn! This late already. I should really go. There's a track meet with the meeting with the rest of the track team at the field. It's not gonna be fun in this heat. We're gonna sweat like pigs, but I promised I'd be there. Bye bye.
She skips downstairs.
Wait, hold on. So you're fine running in the fucking cold rain, but the heat? Oh hell no.
I mean, people have their preferences. Her
preferences are bad.
Yeah, she skips downstairs, leaving me wondering if what I said, or what Ren said, rather, hurt her or not. Maybe Emmy herself said hurt her the most.
What
come
herself said
to that. So in the end, even the person closest to Ren is just as far apart from her as everyone else. I wonder if Ren herself ever feels that distance. I felt like I was drifting away from the world too. During my hospitalization,
Hello,
I felt
Mr. B.
anxious, hey Mr. B, and depressed, and even now, I sometimes still do, but I fight against it with all I've got. If Ren has been on that side of the divide for her whole life, I can't imagine how she could not be lonely, but perhaps she's truly different.
Maybe she's never had real emotional interactions and therefore just doesn't consider them necessary.
I refuse to belong to that other place, but maybe she's found comfort there. As I walked through the hall that afternoon, I glanced at my watch. It's almost 4:30. I would normally have a club meeting to attend, but I don't feel like going to the art club, you know, with Ren not being there.
Yeah.
At all, so I start heading the opposite way. It feels like a poorly chosen decision. I just know that if I skip club once, I'm going to skip it again and again. It's probably it for me and the art club. It's been bubbling beneath the surface for a while now, though I guess I'll formally quit later. I keep watching the bland
Linoleum
floor while I walk without a direction. This leads me perhaps unconsciously to the school library. It's almost empty and completely quietly quiet.
It's quietly quiet, as opposed to loudly quiet. Hey, shut the fuck up! No, you shut the fuck up!
How quiet can you be? A few studies first years are sitting at the tables, joining efforts to get homework done before dinner time. Yuko is hard at work today too. She's methodically going through a towering stack of books sitting on her desk. I thought she was playing Jenga, checking them one by one and then placing them onto a cart beside her. I greet her as I stop by. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. The only appropriate response.
Ain't nobody love you. You ever gonna get married? No, you're gonna die alone.
Good afternoon. I haven't seen you in here for a while. Did you read all the books already?
She seems to be in a good mood. I don't think so. I joined the art club, so I've been passing the time there instead of working my way through your collection. I think I'm going to quit, though. So I guess you'll be seeing me more again from now on.
You didn't like the club?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have much of a talent for art, but I didn't hate doing it either. It's just, I think he's one of those artists where he wants to do his own thing and he doesn't want anybody else to tell him exactly.
No, I think it's more just he's not super interested in it. He's like, it was fine.
I guess it just feels a bit pointless. I can't really see any purpose in going.
The art teacher scares me a little.
Really? Seems like a really nice guy. Maybe a bit over the top sometimes.
Yeah, that'd be why I don't like him.
Yuko makes a face I can't read, but doesn't say anything further. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Something good happened to me today. I didn't flunk my university course.
Oh. Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Yes, without that credit, I might have been kicked out, and then I'd have a lot of explaining to do to my family. I'm really lucky. I think I'm going to buy pudding today to celebrate.
Being a university student sounds hard. I'm surprised you're working 2 jobs while still attending.
My part-time work really makes it hard to keep up with my studies, and I get yelled at by my student counselor. And then if I stay up late studying, I get sleepy at work and my boss yells at me.
You can't win.
But if I quit my jobs, I'll starve. It's just like I can't win. I wonder why it's like that.
I don't really know what to say. Yuko isn't really complaining to get empathy out of a guy a lot younger than her. She's basically just talking about the facts of her everyday life.
Show her the life facts.
By the way, guys, before we continue, I want you to know I've been having stomach issues all day, so if I have to get up in the middle of the stream, I'll let you know. But I haven't gone in a while, so that's good.
Good to hear, I think.
Like, I wasn't hurting or anything. I was just having really bad diarrhea. And guess why? Previous day, I ate ice cream.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, ice cream just destroys my stomach. And
and we have checked. Younger bro is not lactose intolerant.
So we don't know why. But yeah. I was hot. I wanted something cold. Ice cream seemed like the way to go. I regret it. But also kind of not, because I was like, it's ice cream.
Yeah. Younger bro is lactose tolerant, and yet he is still having troubles eating ice cream.
Yeah, it makes me feel even more pity for her and for younger bro somehow. I feel pity for myself. Is that a thing? Can you feel pity for yourself?
No.
Wow, must be hard.
That's called sadness.
It's called depression.
No. I don't know. It's been like this for so long, and I've forgotten what it's like to have a normal life. Or maybe this already is a normal life for my age. Is this normal? Is it right? It must be. Why is being normal so depressing?
I couldn't say, not like being abnormal's much different, though.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. I just get carried away.
I get carried away. It's fine. It was a joke, sort of. Anyway, you seem to be doing just fine now.
Yeah, when I feel really down, I take a step back and make a cup of tea. When I've drunk the tea and the alcohol I spiked the tea with, I give it gives my mood a kick in the butt, like wham! And then I tell myself, now you're gonna do this thing, Yuko, and then I go and get it done. That's why I'm working so hard now.
She clenches her fist dramatically at the high point of her spirited explanation. It's a bit unclear what she actually means, but it's nice that she is so motivated. I stop talking to her, leaving her alone with her work. I head to the back of the library where the novels are. I briefly consider reading something non-fiction for a change. Maybe The Magic School Bus, perhaps. Maybe a biography. But in the end, I decide against it. My fingers trace the spines along the rows upon rows of novels. They occasionally pull out the random book so I can read the back and maybe sample the first 2 or 3 pages. Nothing really catches my interest, so I end up picking a book I'd read back in March or so at the hospital. I recall liking it. It was The Mask of the Red Phantasm. I sit down on one of the beanbag chairs and quickly get sunk into the book, turning pages at a rapid pace. I am probably not the fastest reader around, but pretty fast all the same. Reading quickly makes me feel oddly satisfied. Focusing on reading is something I'm pretty good at, too. I can
cram study
pretty efficiently as well, as long as I stay motivated. It's all about positive thinking.
Okay, I just want to make clear. Lily of the Valley. That, like, just because you're the main character was kind of a terrible person, that girl was also a terrible person. It's the power of positive thinking. I don't have to take my dog to the vet. I'll just happy him back into good health. The power of positive thinking. He won't die because I'm too sure he won't die. It's too positive. It would be bad if he died, and therefore positive thinking will prevent that. It's like, oh fucking hell.
You'll provide the happy.
I'm too happy for you to die.
Happy. Do you want happy? I have happy.
Just
love me, hug me. Happy.
Love can solve all problems, even terminal cancer.
We happy few. It's the secret of good grades. I'm pretty diligent in class too. Oh god. The power of happy.
Power of positive thinking. That's the power of Pine Sol.
That's the power of love. That's what Rin and I have in common. She can really focus on painting if she wants to. I wonder what she's doing now. Probably hard at work painting. This distance that suddenly grew between us irritates me, and it's not going to stop. Just a man and his will to survive. I thought we were getting closer. But now
sorry, I'm struggling to figure out how you got to Eye of the Tiger?
Distance.
Oh, the distance.
We
Okay.
went distance. Now we're not.
Okay, I get it. I get you.
I'm a bit worried about her too. I can't make sense of my own thoughts. I want to be with. Oh boy, life decision here. All right. Oh, I accidentally. Nope. I want that to be this.
So
yes. Continue.
So again, these options don't really matter. Which one are you thinking?
I am worried that I could distract her, but I'm also worried she's not going to get social interaction, which I think she needs more of. You know what? Honestly, either... I think it's a better route to go check up on her.
They're both checking up on her.
Oh, I can't leave her alone.
One of them is saying, I want to be with her more. One is saying, I can't leave her alone either.
Oh, sorry. I thought... I read this wrong. I thought it was I could just leave her alone.
It's saying, yeah, it's like, I can't make sense of my own thoughts. What's the follow-up line you should say? Is literally all it's asking.
So basically, do I like her that much, or do I like her enough to check up on her? And I think, well, since we're going down the Ren route.
So the answer to the question is the actual, again, all these don't matter because at the end you just choose.
Yes.
But the other option's technically the hard Ren route. This one actually puts you onto the generic Ren route.
The other one was the hard Ren route?
Yeah.
Really?
Again, it doesn't matter. They literally are no different.
It still ends the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, without Ren, I don't really have anyone else. This, to me, is him admitting that he does like her a lot. Without Ren, I don't really have anyone else at school that I actually talk to, besides Yuko and Emmy. Not like we actually talk very much anyway, but at least we hang out. I really don't want to lose that. If I want to keep what I have with Ren going, I have to get involved with making this exhibition happen right at her side. And I think that is nice.
Yeah. I think that what I think that actual choice was do you want to actively
participate,
actively go after her hard, or do you want to be around her, be around her while she's working, but not
So,
yeah.
Anyway, I think in this guy's case, he got kissed by her, so I'm like, yeah, I could see this guy going after her hard. So,
yeah, I could see it.
I realize I've been sitting on the same page for a while now. I turn my gaze back to the book I'm reading. The Jungle of Glyphs has somehow turned into a near incomprehensible cipher. I stare hard at it, expecting the text to start making sense to me, but I have too much on my mind. No pattern emerges, nothing that could take me any further than I am. Dazed, I close the book, put it back on the shelf, then sit it back down, and think honestly and hard about what I really want. What do you want? What do you want from me?
And I guess
I want money! Shut it!
I thought you were gonna say I want Ren to be on cough medicine again.
The next day, I take the bus into the city. It goes twice an hour starting in the morning, passing by the front gate of Yamaku at 20 minutes past and 10 to the hour. The ride takes considerably longer than the one Nomiya gave us in his car. I slowly read a book as the bus makes its rounds through the suburbs. Pausing at almost every stop to pick up someone or let them out.
That is how a bus works.
Eventually, we make it to the last stop at the city center. The city
Holy shit. Is that 3 fucking bus lanes? Those red lanes are bus lanes. So that's 3 fucking bus lanes, right?
Hold on a second. The city is far size, but not too large, and seems to be quiet. It could just be how the street is designed. I know
guess, but like...
our town, we do have brick road in our town.
Yeah, but usually the whole road is brick and not a section of it.
But this could also just be how roads look in Japan.
I don't know.
I've not seen the roads in Japan, so I can't say for certain. But
yeah,
if
I just know that generally
not,
red roads are bus lane roads.
Yeah, if it's not all bus lane roads, I'm assuming one's a bike, one's car, one's bus.
I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't know. Nevertheless, I enjoy the atmosphere. Who goes for food and water in the atmosphere? Despite being slightly directionally challenged, I find my way from the bus station to the gallery without too much support. Sorry, too much effort, too much support. I don't have support in myself to find this place. I give up.
Yeah, you really don't. It's like you just gotta.
Let me check Google Maps.
Could be.
And soon I find myself staring at the big letters saying 22nd corner.
I briefly think, is this actually the 22nd corner?
Inside, the gallery owner is intently studying a large painting hanging on the wall, a portrait of an old man and the sea. Good afternoon. Skip to the end. She turns around to look at me and smile, and a smile of recognition spreads on her lips. Oh, aren't you the young man from the other day? Shinichi's student, Hisao, was it? That's right. Good afternoon, Miss Sainji. Please, just say, I don't want to feel any older than I am. You know, I'm so glad that even young people show interest in art nowadays. It's so refreshing. Oh, I'm actually here for Ren.
Yeah.
Oh, such a disappointment. What young minds are.
That's gonna be the next line.
What brings you here? Surely you aren't just on a courtesy visit all the way from your school. Actually, I am. Actually, I came for Ren. I was hoping to see how she's doing. Oh, is that right? Well then, you need to step back up outside. You see, the Altaria is actually at the next door on the right down the street. And up the stairwell, just climb the stairs to the top floor.
Yeah, you
There's
enter outside.
only one door there. You can't miss it. Interesting. I give Say my thanks, exit the gallery, and locate the door she was talking about. Then I go back and ask for it again because I can't find it because I'm bad at directions.
Right there. Walk up.
I've had one or two situations like that because someone's not clearly explaining to me where the thing is. It leads to a dark stairwell, which reminds me of the stairs leading to the roof of the school building, because it is. It's just the same stairwell, except flipped and darkened.
Yep.
The stairs are steep, and even though it's only 5 floors,
breathing
gets heavy before it reaches the top. An unassuming wooden door waits for me there. It's unlocked, so I knock to enter. Enter. The studio is
You said it the first time.
I don't care.
Atelier
is really just one big room with the ceiling lower at one end than the other because the roof of the building is gambled. I mean, this could be a nice situation because at one point Say said that Ren needed to clean this place before she could use it, so he could offer her some
apparently,
help.
According to this,
yeah,
it looks like it's supposed to be pronounced Atlia.
Atlia.
I'm guessing because that looks like how that's phonetically pronounced. Atlia. Atlia.
Atelier.
I don't think the A is an air. I think it's French.
That's why I think it has Atelier. Because I can see that being some French.
Yes, but I don't think they actually pronounce the air in French. I think that we put that in.
I don't know. Fuck you, language! Anyway, the studio is really just one big room with the ceiling lower at one end than the other because the roof of the building is gambled. There is a high skylight. I know I probably reread that, but I don't care. I'm tired.
You definitely did, but that's okay.
In the ceiling that acts as the main source of light for the room. Oh, hey, there's that sunlight.
Yep.
Bringing in sunlight that reflects, sunroof off the white painted walls. I suppose it's good to use natural light for art.
Oh God, natural light!
Did think it, was about to say it, Oldbrook beat me to it. There isn't much in the way of interior decoration. No surprise, since the room seems to have been used as storage for a while. All kinds of boxes and office furniture are scattered around the place. The room is dusty since it's not been in use for a while. I can see that someone has made some effort to clean up a little, but it's far from immaculate. Ren stands in the middle of the room with her back to me, staring at a half-painted canvas placed on an easel.
That is clearly not half-painted. It's black.
Yeah. Shouldn't that painting be here?
I don't know.
The one in the background? Not working on it, just staring unmoving. She's asleep, standing up. She wears what must be second or third hand-me-down overalls. They're hand-me-downs.
Yes, but third hand means third. Hand in that means hand-me-down. So
third hand denim overalls over the standard school uniform shirt, much like the one I'm wearing. They look pretty worn and are covered in paint spatters from the way they seem to be loose or tight in places. I'm guessing that they weren't originally Ren's. Hey, Ren doesn't judge my showing up as worthy of turning around, saying maybe something more than just a mechanical reply to my greeting, smiling anything. She keeps on doing whatever it is she's doing. Probably some weird creative thing inside her head. Perhaps I should have expected as much. Still, I make another attempt at conversation. This is a pretty cool place. Big too. It is. Say said I can use this as much as I like. I even have my own key. So how's the work going? She doesn't answer for a while. I begin to wonder if she's already forgotten the question. As a cloud drifts over the building, shadowing the light pouring in from the skylight, the change in Ren's surroundings seem to wake her up. I don't know. It's like a huge ball. I don't really know which side is the right one. It's really huge. It's the hugest thing ever. Like a mountain growing inside of me. Like I swallowed a mountain whole.
She's looking at the base. Like, basically, she can see a peak way up there, which is her being done with this project. She's at the bottom. And she's like, how the fuck do I get up there?
Yeah. To me, that's describing almost something similar to, like, writer's block.
Yes.
So this would be like painting block, but I don't know if there's a specific term.
I think writer's block is kind of a universal term for anything like artsy. So any kind of fine art, you can use writer's block, even though it's not technically accurate. So it's writer's block.
It's pretty much that. It's going to be hard, I think. Really very hard. I tried to listen for undercurrents of stress or uncertainty in her voice, but I don't pick up anything like that, because it's Ren. Why are you here? Her tone is not as unkind as the directness of the question would make it seem. Well, you said that it'd be fine if I came to visit, so here I am. I guess it's not for any real reason, but I thought you might like company or assistance or maybe some... Hisao, can you be quiet for about 15 minutes? Maybe 10 is enough. 5 definitely is not. You can talk afterwards. Her tone is sharp, nothing like I've ever heard from her before. There's no command, no annoyance, no anger, but her voice pierces me.
She had a thought.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
With the silence that falls, anxiety creeps back into my heart. I wonder if it was a mistake to come here. Members of traffic filter in from outside, and I start to feel more and more uncomfortable. All my thoughts keep finding themselves returning to certain things that have been swirling relentlessly in the back of my mind for some time now. I feel like those thoughts will surface.
I felt like the whole text box just shifted in between those two lines.
Yeah. Out of the tempestuous sea of my mind, whether I want it or not. Desperate to divert my focus, I fixate on Ren's back as my mind races.
Something to stare at.
I don't think I've ever studied anyone's back so intently before. How about you intently inspect other art that you see in the room? But okay. Her neck hidden by copper-colored hair, which is, again, in complete disarray. Her hair is always like that. That relaxed yet rigid posture, reminding me that Ren's physical appearance often tends to be as awkward as her various trains of thought. Those gaunt, delicate shoulder blades visible through the thin white fabric of her shirt. Oh God, I'm getting off. the contours?
Yep.
Contours of her hips curving down to thin size. It pisses me off.
What? What part of what?
What?
Hold on.
What
pisses you off? I literally don't know what he's talking about. So I'm literally actually confused.
What?
I think we need more context.
What? Pisses me. This seems out of character.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we need more context. What are you talking about?
What are you on about? Rarely does she ever seem to be looking at me, whether literally or figurative. Oh, okay. You might be getting a little ticked off that she's not looking at him or acknowledging him.
Maybe.
So he's frustrated. He's not actually pissed. He's more frustrated.
Yep.
So pissed off is too strong of a word for his case. Anyway, I, on the other hand, am always watching her back. Both literally and figuratively. Whenever she is painting, whenever something catches her fluttery attention, whenever I don't forcibly make her listen to me, I can't reach through to her.
Yeah, he's mad at himself, or he's mad at the situation. He wants to be able to be a thing that she looks at and thinks hard about.
For all we know, she does. She just can't verbally say it because she has said she can't contemplate thoughts well.
I want to be your model.
Anyway, Ren's heart is uncharted territory, dangerous waters, dark waters, the blank areas on the map. The edge of the world. If I went too close, I wonder if I would fall off. What do I think of her? Sometimes she's aloft and distant, and it annoys me.
Aloof, but good enough.
At other times, her passion for the things she thinks worthwhile shines through and inspires me. I can't understand her. Hey, I understand. I don't understand. Now you get it, Stan.
Yep.
Still, I like her and consider her my friend. I suppose part of friendship is putting up with the oddities of the people you call friends.
Yep.
I have to admit, there is a lot of putting up with Ren. What does she think of me? Oh, he might be nodding off now.
Maybe.
I have no idea. Last week, I thought she might have liked me romantically. What with the kiss and all? Oh, now you're really starting to think it.
Yeah.
It forced me to ponder my own feelings, even though we got none of that until now.
Yep.
This week, I am utterly confused. What would she do if I told her I liked her that way? I wonder if I really do. Oh, now he's starting to really question that.
Yep.
Why is it now?
I mean, it's been a week and she hasn't been that available. So he's been doing this over a week, but just not to us.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this is something that should have happened a little earlier.
Maybe.
Damn, I can't make sense of even my own thoughts anymore. It must be contagious. Even if I said a thing like that, would it matter? Nothing affects Ren. Nothing. I'm done. I find her turned around, now staring at me. It unnerves me. I tried to remember what we, or rather I, were talking about before she requested a timeout. Alright, I just came to, I don't know. You still can't finish your sentences? It's not that. Fine. She retreats from the conversation, slipping away from me once again. She doesn't return to the painting, but instead keeps looking at me with that
He's
empty
literally
poker
getting
face
what
of
she
her.
wants. Or what he wants.
I wanted to talk about some stuff. I've thought a lot about things. What things? Like what happened last week and so on. What happened? You know what happened. I get the feeling she's playing with me. Why? I have no clue. It is not a game she's playing with my head. I'm pretty sure she doesn't deliberately try to screw with people. Maybe it's just my own mind playing tricks on itself. Still, Ren feels like a puzzle in the form of a girl.
It's kind of weird, dude, that you want to fuck a Sudoku.
I feel attracted to it, compelled to solve it. The overly rational part of my brain refusing to let me give it up. I can't leave her alone. I never would have believed I could be this obsessive about something.
This is why that option was the one that doesn't put you on the hard route.
Yes.
Because you're becoming obsessive instead of caring.
Why do I hesitate so much and keep running in circles around her? I don't have to do that. I already decided what I want to say. Ren? Saying her name with an intention like this makes my mouth dry. As if my subconscious is fighting against what I'm going to say next. I feel like I'm going to lock up any moment now. Ren looks up from her paint-covered toes and stops wiggling them, as there isn't anyone to observe them curiously now. The hard stare of her dark green eyes seem like a portent. I like you. The lack of any reaction is like a slap to the face. So, I mean, I'd like to like you as more than a friend. Oh, damn!
Yeah, that is a statement. This is probably not the best time for this statement, though.
You're right. What is more? The slow, hesitant words coming from between her strawberry-colored lips are not the ones I was waiting for. Neither of the two possible answers that I'd been expecting, actually.
Hold on. How did you walk into this building, think, I want to ask Ren out? How did you think that? And then think that Ren was going to give you yes or no answers. What part of Ren is yes or no?
There is no yes.
No part of her would have ever given you a yes or no answer. She was always going to answer like this.
What is sarcasm? I'm not programmed for it. I feel myself blushing heavily as is par
is there
for
no
the
music
course.
Right now, by the way? Because I took my headphones off.
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, good.
For the course, in this kind of situation, my heartbeat sounds like a percussion orchestra on drugs. Ren's faux innocent inquiry feels like I'm being grilled over hot coals.
You are.
Like romantically, and no.
Well, hey, she gave a straight answer. Or she's saying that's not what I mean.
Ren turns around, giving me the cold shoulder as she returns to looking at her painting. She makes a move to pick up her brush, which lies forgotten on the floor, but decides against it at the last moment. I can't talk about that kind of thing right now.
That is a great statement, Dove.
Yes.
Because what she's doing is she's putting it back on him. Of like, you encouraged me to focus this heavily on my career. Therefore, I am giving this 150%. Afterwards, let's talk. Right now, no.
So, don't talk about that kind of thing, please. We are friends, right? So you can do that. The silence, those words behind is deafening. I want to say something, but my mouth refuses to move.
And I like how she even said it too. Of like,
and she's calm about it.
She's always calm.
Yes.
She's not internally calm. She's probably screaming right now internally. Because she's having... The statement she's making isn't yes or no. Even though she said no. But that's not what she means.
She just doesn't want to have too much on her plate.
It's more specifically... Right now, she must focus every thought into this project. And she doesn't want to even start having the thoughts in the back of her mind of what direction she should choose. That's something she can't put on her plate. And so she's requesting, please don't ask right now.
There's no way I can retain my dignity.
I wonder if you chose the other option if you don't ask her out here. But recognize that maybe, like, this is not a good time.
But from my understanding, it doesn't matter either way.
No.
Anyway, Rin finally picks up the brush without giving any explanation for her behavior. Maybe there was something in her voice that gave away some emotion.
How about the word
say
please?
What? Her shoulders slump melancholically.
Sadly.
As her foot works the canvas in front of her. She won't let me see her face, and I know it. Feeling a weight of my heart. God damn. Grow heavier. I stand up to leave, for I can't stay here any longer today. It's like I have opened Pandora's box by stepping over some line that Rin didn't want me to cross, and she had to turn me down.
And that is the best way to look at it. Now, I don't know if he's actually internalizing that. He's saying it, but I don't know if he's actually realizing that that's what she means. That it's a line she couldn't have you cross right now, and so she turned you down.
Yes. I walk across the squeaky floor to the door leading to the stairwell. Ren's quiet voice stops me in my tracks as I'm about to open the door. Hisao, my head still on the brass doorknob, is waiting for me to turn it or to withdraw. Yeah? Will you come tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I'm assuming he said that with more sigh.
Yeah. That was heavy! Dude! After a night of bad sleep, couldn't imagine. I go through the day mostly on automatic. I put on my uniform mechanically, do my schoolwork mechanically. I do everything mechanically. Reply to the teachers, and thus, when the final bell rings, I still feel as if I had just woken up. My mind feels blank and overcrowded at the same time, and I can't even begin to unravel the tangle of feelings I've gotten myself into.
Can't imagine why. And yet, here back you go.
I spend the bus trip downtown, and the bus trip feels longer today. Staring out of the window, thinking about these things. As a result, by the time I climb the stairs to the studio, four floors above Say's gallery, I am feeling completely exhausted. Expecting awkwardness, I quietly knock on the door before entering. I spot Rin at the center of the small, clear area in the room, working on a painting. She doesn't acknowledge my arrival in any way. It would be so interesting if she finally came to a decision on what she's going to paint, and it turns out to be you.
Could be.
I hope that's where this goes.
It could actually be.
Hi, I came as promised. Rin snaps her head to my direction immediately. Was she waiting for me to say something? And locks that cold green gaze of hers on me. Although I'm sure my own face can't hide my feelings, Ren's expression is as expectant and neutral as always. The clouded, slightly absent-minded darkness in her eyes is like a wall standing between me and her. It is the first awkward silence between us that is truly awkward. Yesterday, both of us said something we couldn't take back, and there's no way it can be undone. I want to say something, but Rin forbid me from doing so. I can't even begin to guess what she's thinking, but I'm feeling the pressure of her
Liss. Yeah.
Yeah, lightless eyes on me, compelling me to break the silence without saying the thing I want to say most. To my horror, I find that I can't find any way to start a conversation. It's as if I'm completely lost the ability to speak to her. Just keep working. If you're in the middle of something, I'll just sit down here. Ren nods wordlessly at me and picks up the brush. Good, we're both at that point. From the floor with the toes of her right foot. I wonder how writing...
You can hear the sadness in this song.
Yeah. I wonder how writing works for using your feet. Like, is she ambidextrous? Is she, like, dominant with her right foot? Is she dominant with her left foot?
She's probably dominant with her right foot. Like, assuming that was... It's probably whatever foot she figured out how to use, like, best first. usually in those situations, you become... Ambidextrousness is almost always a learned skill more than it is a birthed skill.
I mean, you can be born and be that.
Yes, but it's much harder. It's much easier. Like, well, I say it's much harder. It's much rarer. It's much more common that you just practice with both hands equally and become just as easy at both hands.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. I've tried it. It is a pain.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point yet, but if I lost my right hand, I'll use my left hand.
Yeah, but that said, for her writing, she probably just types a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess she could probably use a pen in the same way she uses a paintbrush.
I sink into a worn-out sofa, picking up a book from my bag and opening it to where I stopped last night. Good God, I'm reading Romeo and Juliet. He shuts the book. I can't really concentrate on it, but it's better than doing nothing. The two of us are so close to each other. Yet together in the same room. Even, and yet, we're both off doing our own thing as if we are miles apart. I can't help but wonder about this unnatural situation. Where did I come from?
Why did I come here?
Sorry, why did I come here? Yeah, where I come from, there's cornbread and chicken. Because she asked me to do so yesterday, of course. However, it looks like there's absolutely no need for me to actually be here. It makes me feel awkward at first, but as I recall the previous silences I've quietly passed with Ren, I settled down and tried to tune into that same comfortable mood I was in back then. Time stretches, then slows. The pages of my book rustle each time I turn them. After maybe half an hour, or 1 hour at most, Ren breaks the silence to my complete surprise. Hisao, yeah? Are you my friend? It's an echo of yesterday. I know it. So even Ren couldn't just push it aside from her mind.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Caught off guard. I answer honestly. Yes, of course I am. Don't worry about stuff like that. Come on. Okay. She doesn't say anything further. Yeah. I feel happy somehow. It's like, good. The friendship's still there.
Yeah, but there's definitely
there's an awkwardness in the room.
I'm pretty sure she definitely
thought it over.
She definitely thought it through, which she desperately didn't want to do, which is why she said no.
Yeah, because you caught her off guard,
she
so she
desperately didn't want to continue that thought process, then was forced to think about it anyways, to her disappointment.
Yeah.
And then realized, like, oh, I might need to make sure we're still friends. And then probably caught the hesitation in your answer to be like, oh.
Yeah. Several chapters later, I mark my spot, close the book, and put it away in my bag. Getting up from the sofa, I see that Ren's made considerable progress on her painting. I take a look at it, and for a bit, I'm surprised that it's me.
Yeah,
it's still not quite finished, I suppose. Looks good. It's bad luck to comment on unfinished paintings. Oh, didn't know that. After that, I quietly leave the studio and catch the bus, taking me back to school. That was quick.
Yep. We're in the section of the game where there's like 6 chapters between choice, and it's because they're
so distant. Life settles into some sort of vague, undefined norm. I visit Ren whenever I can, but each time is as strange as the first. Sorry, strange. I didn't mean to say strange. That's rough. They consist mainly of me watching Ren at work, or just reading a book on the couch while she works. We barely talk at all. Long, quiet evenings stretch over the last weeks of June. I sit on the couch in the studio listening to the quiet rustle of Ren's brush and my own heartbeat, trying to make sense of the former and forget about the latter. I am a silent visitor in this place, a ghost. At some point, I start thinking that my presence is meaningful to Ren somehow, but never end up asking her about it. I mean, she did ask you to come back, so it must have some meaning. I don't bring up the forbidden topic anymore either, and try to stop thinking about it altogether. It's so hard to do so, and doesn't get any easier with the passage of time. My heart aches every time I look at the awkward figure of the girl I decided I liked, yet who refuses to acknowledge it. I still can't seem to find the right words to talk to her about anything at all, but I find quiet solace in observing her from nearby. The distance between us doesn't feel that huge when I can be close to her, even if it's like this. Ren works like a demon. There's barely a moment when she's without a brush between her toes, or not walking in circles around her current work in progress, estimating it from every angle and distance. She seems to be completely taken over by her will to work, to change herself into the sort of artist she believes would be worthy of the trust Yomiya and Sei have placed her in. Piles of sketches, works in progress, tubes of oil paint, and brushes slowly begin to crowd the small studio, making it even messier than it was before Ren acquired the right to use it. Wow, of course. I offered to help clean up every now and then, but each time she refuses. It dawns on me that in her mind, the room is not in utter chaos. Rather, her system of keeping track of everything is so elaborate, only Ren herself can make sense of it.
Yep.
There is such a thing as an organized mess. Yep. I was in that scenario. Then I decided, you know what? My room is a fucking mess. I need to clean it up.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's an organized mess. Or maybe it's saying it's an organized mess is not correct. It is messily organized. And at some point you decide that it needs to be organized differently. Usually better. And so then you become then you move it to being an organized non-mess.
Yeah, she knows exactly where everything is, from the tiniest brush to that half-empty tube of crimson. That's the, hey, crimson!
Yep.
Yay, reference to me!
No.
I know. That's the perfect shade for some picture in progress. Ren walks from one painting to another, looking at them as if nothing, remembering that she made them. She talks to herself or to the paintings, even when I'm present. Always just quietly enough that I can't make out the words. Every day, Ren pours herself onto the canvas for hours on end, squeezing every bit of her ability and even her soul to make good on that promise she made to me or herself. Black marks appear beneath her eyes, a sure sign that she's skipping sleep in favor of painting. I'm somewhat surprised to see her at school a few times. I never go and say hello, though, as I feel it would break the silent magic of the evenings we share at the studio. Sometimes Sei comes by when I'm there. She gives me a certain kind of look when she shows up. I think she doesn't like that I'm always hanging out with Ren up here, but she never says a word about it. She isn't quite as full of praise for Ren's work as Nomiya, but is visibly impressed nevertheless. However, when she turns her eyes from the wonderful works of art to look upon the little red-headed girl that made them, a sudden, deep sadness floats onto the surface of her expression. I I can't explain it, and she never talks about it. June turns into July, almost without warning. End of term exams loom dangerously close, but all I can think of is Ren. I feel like a sleepwalker at school. Sleepwalking, baby. Looking forward only to the next time I get to visit the silent place above Say's gallery. After Ren refuses my attempts at directly helping her with her work, I try to figure out other ways to help her. Finally dawns on me that she isn't eating properly. My course of action decided. I stop at the convenience store before going to catch the bus downtown on my next visit to the studio. I feel very energetic as I open the door to the studio and greet Ren. I brought you some fruit. You need vitamins and actual food. After all, do you even eat up here? I do eat. If I didn't eat, I couldn't paint.
Valid.
Fair. Then why don't you eat a couple of these? I shake the bag full of ripe oranges in my hand in a ploy to tempt Ren into taking a break. To my surprise, she actually lays her brush down and walks over to me to see what I brought. Her expression doesn't change at all when she looks into the bag. I can't eat oranges, Hisao. It does not work very well with my feet. That's alright, I'll do it. Of course, I knew that. She told me herself, after all. I extract the tiny fruit knife I had with me and select one of the round fruits. Orange. After making the initial cut, I began to peel it with my fingers. The strong scent of cut orange, thank you. Rind?
Yeah, orange rind. The outside of the skin of the orange is a rind.
Oh, okay. Immediately fills the air as thousands of tiny droplets of oil burst from the skin. I remove
or maybe the rind's the inside. Can't remember.
I remove the first section of the hard peel and shoot a glance at Ren.
I think the inside.
So how's work going? Oh no. It's like I'm in the center of some huge mountain of jelly and I have to dig my way out. Must be stressful. I think it might be. Even though it's just painting. All this. Everything feels strange. She still doesn't know if she wants to do it. I don't think she's fully on board yet.
Well, I think it's less that. It's that I don't think she's ever done it because I don't think she's doing it because she thinks it's the best thing for her. I think she's doing it to see what it's like. Basically, she's using this to decide if she wants to do it again.
Yeah, it's a learning experience.
Exactly.
I wonder if Ren is the kind of person who likes to carefully remove all the white, fibrous stuff from oranges before eating them, or the more careless type who just eats them as they come. Maybe neither. I'm the former type, so I meticulously clean the orange slices one by one while Ren watches the process with mild curiosity. I realize that I don't have the faintest idea about her likes or dislikes, or any of the other little details that make up the concept of a person or those around them. It's like, in all this time, I haven't learned much about her at all. Once I've finished lamenting that fact, I realize I've cleaned the entire orange and neatly peeled split into slices. I think I cut my finger doing it too because I also lost some thought.
Yeah.
I hold a slice up, bringing it closer to Ren so she can pick it up. Here. She takes it directly between her lips and then into her mouth hole. Her lower lip briefly brushes against my fingertip. You're not going to take my fingernail with you, are you? Ren chews the slice carefully, savoring it as much as possible. I become fixated on her movements of her jaw, the trickle of juice glistening on her lip, the way her throat moves when she swallows those orange slices. After I realize what I'm doing, I turn away because I'm feeling embarrassed watching her so intently. It's not the same as it usually is. The orange painting. Oh well, is anything like that ever the same? It is. Sometimes I think. I don't know what though. And we'll find out what next time. Alright guys, that is going to have to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to your YouTube and Twitch. Comment your videos. We do read them. Follow on Twitch. And we'll see you guys in the next Katawa Shoujo. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.